You have a book coming out on the Russian intelligence and Putin's secret war. What sort of things should we be on a lookout in here in Europe, and especially in these bordering countries, in the, like Finland and the Baltic countries and Poland?
Well, thank you for the chance to be here for Jessica Aro's book launch. Most importantly, she's helping focus attention on the threat from the Russian intelligence security services and their government. So my own book is designed in much the same way, to focus attention. I focus as a former CIA officer, having worked against them, on their intelligence tactics, how they commit espionage and carry out hybrid war and operations like they're doing now. I have a chapter focused on sabotage and their special operations. So I think what you're seeing now in Europe has been increasingly more and more reported and commented on. The head of the Germany's Foreign Intelligence Services last week just commented on, this is looking a lot more like war than it does with peace right now with Russia. And so I agree with that. I think it was important that he stated it as a member of an important ally, an important member of NATO, a very large country within NATO, that he was commenting on the threat. What hasn't Russia done in the past couple of years? You know, assassinations and assassination attempts, including against a CEO in Germany, these border incursions, sending over 20 drones into a NATO country. Does that happen by accident? Of course not, because within weeks it was followed by Russian fighter jets, also incurring on Estonian airspace. So I think they're testing our resolve. I think they're trying to test the resolve of NATO and our allies. Are we really going to be able to counter their aggression? And they also, in a secondary role and way, the aim of theirs is to in their mind, show, is it a hollow alliance? Are they not really going to stand by this Article 5, which is so important to all of us within NATO? So I think that's what they're trying to do, and they're increasingly getting more and more reckless in the actions that they're taking. And it's up to us as a united alliance, as allies, and Finland is a great ally within NATO. You were a great ally to the United States before you were in NATO. It's important that we collaborate, that we exchange information, that we know what's going on. The sabotage in the Baltic Sea, the cable cuts that are happening there. As I said in my comments this morning, stop giving them the benefit of the doubt. Since when does Russia deserve the benefit of the doubt, having invaded Ukraine, the most massive aggressive war in recent history? Let's stop giving them the benefit of the doubt.
So what should we do? I mean, we should give assistance to Ukraine. What else? I mean,
so the first thing that we need to do more forcefully is every single act of sabotage, every single act of hybrid war, call it for what it is. Those incursions into NATO airspace.
Does it stop it?
Well, I think it will. And not only naming it for what it is, but then retaliatory actions. There's many things we can do. We're not going to target civilians the way the Russians have targeted civilians in Ukraine. But we can certainly target their oil and gas industries with much more targeted sanctions. We can start seizing their assets, which we largely haven't done.
You mean give Ukraine?
Yeah, give Ukraine the assets that have been seized so that it can use them in the war. I promise you, if we take more actions that more directly impact their economy, Putin will come to the negotiating table. He'll have no choice. But we haven't done those things. We haven't made him think about it.
So the book is already, you have some sort of reviews already on...
Yeah, so it's been done for a while. It's in review now. Publication process takes a while. So the book is actually out in April. But this was one of my first events where I had a chance to come and talk about Russian intelligence. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to come to your lovely country and be here in Helsinki and talk about what's a passion of mine and an important topic, the threat from Russian intelligence.
So former colleagues at CIA are now reading your book, or is that what
happened?
Yeah, they
are. Yeah. So some of them are reading it for reviews, and I'm thankful it's gotten some positive reviews already. Two former deputy directors of my agency have endorsed it, so it means I did something right, I guess. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.